What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. We are so happy to have you listening today. Welcome to the Duper Cast, the podcast that is so super, it is super duper. I am Russell Vanderveer, your first host, and secondly, we have...
Who's second? Is it me or Nathan? Who knows? I mean,
how about you? Who's next?
I'm Quenton.
Yes.
I'm a pretty cool guy. I like basketball, the bee's knees,
He's
and I'm a huge Kanye fan. Hashtag Kanye.
Oh, and also...
Oh, I mean Kobe.
Nah. Oh, but hey.
Speaking of coats.
Speaking of not...
Our third host is...
Nathan. Hello.
Hey, Nathan. Tell us about yourself.
I'm in college as to why I'm not there.
Let's go.
He's in
Let's do
college!
it for making a living. Let's do it.
This guy is ready to provide for all the ladies out there.
All his wives.
He's going to college to provide.
All of his wives and concubines.
And,
All right. What a
yeah,
great intro,
play
everyone.
game.
Anyway, so games.
Yeah, so pretty much a lot happened this week. Like, a lot happened. And I mean a lot as in we got game releases, we got amiibo releases, and we got character announcements for Smash. Of course, character announcements for Smash, that's what we're going to be focusing on today. If you
You
have
got an announcer.
Anyways, so what character was it, boys?
Actually, I don't know.
Did you watch it?
I don't know of that character. I don't know who that character is. Psych, it's Sora.
It's Sora. Now, the only one of us that plays Kingdom Hearts actually is Nathan.
Actually, correction, I haven't played it yet. It's on my list of stuff to play, though.
So yeah, none of us have played it.
I have
But we all love it.
there.
We all love it. Yes, we all love it.
I think I know enough about it to say that I've basically played it.
I know who Sephiroth is.
You cannot say you know enough about it. The game has like a 50-hour like storyline.
Maybe
that you
for
need to
you, but I
follow
watched
where
a summary on YouTube.
Listen, Mickey wearing a shirt is part of the canon.
That's true.
Whether he has a shirt or not was actually a like plot hole that they had to make a game around. It's wacky lore.
It's something that I do want to dive into for sure. Like I think I will play the games.
I watched like an hour video explaining the lore like a year ago or something.
About how Mickey is wearing a shirt?
About his shirt, because where did his shirt go?
I played...
Where's the shirt?
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, therefore I've seen Mickey Mouse in action.
Therefore, I've seen Mickey
Since
Mouse without a shirt.
they've shook hands before, Sephiroth and Mickey Mouse.
Quinn's practically played it because he started
true.
Final Fantasy VII.
Sephiroth is in Kingdom Hearts.
I know. He's and more than one time he's in there too. Like it's not just a one-time thing.
Yeah, for some reason Square Enix goes, yeah, we also have this property, so let's just throw it in.
Yeah, just chuck it in there. I mean, what's the difference between Disney and Square Enix
Disney Worlds, and then for some reason Final Fantasy, but...
Yeah, get some Final Fantasy in that... Was Cloud in it? I don't even know if Cloud was in it.
I don't think so.
I think he was.
I thought it was just Sephiroth.
Well, I mean, in the presentation, in Sakurai's presentation, he said that Sora had seen Cloud before. So, I mean, most likely.
So, I mean, maybe he was just floating in him. Because the clouds.
Clouds.
Anyway,
Speaking of clouds, I think it's going to rain soon.
True.
All right. Okay, bye.
I think the announcement for Sora was actually pretty suspenseful. I think what they did at the beginning of the trailer was pretty neat when it comes to like the callbacks on the whole Smash. Like literally, the first thing that I thought when we were watching it, like you can go watch the reaction video.
On Russel Vanderveer's YouTube channel.
The first thing I thought about it, like we literally thought it was like
taboo.
I thought for a second it was taboo because. Like, Taboo or Master Hand would be... I think that'd be a really cool character to end it off with. Just because that's what it was.
That didn't cross my mind, but I thought they were going to bring back, like, a...
Subspace?
Like Subspace Emissary. Like, I thought, just because they're all trophies again, I was like, ooh. Well, I guess now they're amiibos, but
I thought it was cool.
It was a huge callback to Subspace Emissary, and I think, I mean, obviously that was intentional. I would assume, but it's just kind of like everyone freezes.
Get
what
it?
the heck?
Yeah, that really made no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, it was suspenseful, but I don't really think it made sense. Like, there wasn't a reason for them to turn it back into, well, I guess for now it's amiibos.
Let's just think about this for a second. So the Inkling, first of all, I like how they ended the presentation, how they started. They started, like, they announced it initially with the Squid Kids looking at that huge Smash ball in flames. Yeah. That's how they started. And then the last video, it ended like that, which was good. But again, I don't understand the trophy thing.
Yeah, they turned into trophies, and then they just, like, and then they just randomly untrophified, and then Mario walked up, grabbed the flame, and then just threw it to nothing, and then it just opened up
a Keyblade.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of...
And then Sora, I guess, what did he do? He
floated around.
He floated around
with some epic Disney music.
And then Piranha Plant was just free to go again. And there was no context to it. It was cool because, like, I mean, it was the last one. You can't even be upset about it. Like, it was the last one. And I think there was, like,
suspenseful, but it just didn't really make too much sense for it.
I think it was just kind of like, hey, you know, we should add fire, because fire looks cool in the last trailer. We know how to animate fire. We've done it before, so let's add fire. And let's get Mario grabbing the fire and then throwing the fire. And then there's Keyblade.
There's got to be more to it. I feel like
else would they...
We got to be missing something.
We're missing the lore.
From what I know, fire isn't really involved with the Keyblades.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now. That's where it came from.
But me and my friends both had the same thought when we saw the fire. Like, didn't actually think it was happening, but more jokingly, just Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Dark Souls. I've never played Dark Souls.
They have like your save points are kind of like these fire pits with the sword in it. So when we just saw the fire coming up, we thought,
Dark Souls. Oh, and Doom. Well, they got Doomslayer in there as well. Speaking of Dark Souls. Even though it has no... I mean, I guess it's... No, it's not. They're both rated M. So there we go.
One of my friends just did not know how... Like, immediately when Doom got... well, I'm just calling him Doom Guy because that's what people usually call him.
Doomslayer.
Immediately,
Doom Guy.
He posts the picture of Doom Guy in the Mii costume in a group chat. And then one of my friends, huge Kingdom Hearts fans, adds him and then just goes... He's in, and I'm like, you're basically telling everybody who it is. Come on, some people haven't seen it. Who my friend didn't see it yet because he was late.
Oh, you mean
who
people who didn't make it right away
immediately.
I think it's like if you're not gonna make it right on time for a direct or a presentation, you gotta stay off.
You have the day. People should wait a day before they start spoiling. But especially because it was an at message.
Well, the reason why I think that would be, that's actually not, I don't think that's accurate, because if I think as soon as you miss it, because Nintendo will literally post it saying, like, here, let me look at actually what Nintendo titled it after.
I mean,
was it like the final presentation, or was it Sora's in Smash?
I thought they said that they were titling it without a character, so that way it wouldn't spoil it for people.
It's just... So there's two separate videos.
The thumbnail has Sora. The thumbnail has Sora, but...
Yeah, the thumbnail is Sora is finally here.
But either way, I think app messages are different than that, though. Because what I did was, basically my friends, they were in school.
But how else would you watch it?
I sent them the stream link.
Oh, okay.
And then they watched it afterwards.
Anyways...
But yeah,
it was a good trailer. So I think there was a couple of screenshot moments in the trailer that was like, well, we got all the characters in here. We got Mario, Chris Pratt and Sora are shaking hands. It's like, whoa.
And it's pretty crazy to see with the statues, you could see all of the different characters there. Like they're all shiny. Like I'm looking at the screen right now, and there's like Piranha Plant, Sheik, and then like
this guy really likes Piranha Plant.
I love Piranha Plant. I love to see him right beside Sephiroth as a trophy. Like how crazy is that? Like you got K. Rool.
Yeah, and they were all like in unique poses.
Mario was closing his eyes for some reason. I didn't really get that.
Mario fell asleep before they statued him. Anyways, so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Sora? Happy with it, or are you like kind of? Do you wish it was someone else?
I'm happy with it. I'm absolutely happy with it because he looks like he is a. He's not like I know like we've said this before. Like we didn't say Byleth was like an actual. Like he doesn't seem like a sword fighter, which he literally was not. Like Byleth was not a sword fighter. Like I think the closest we got to a sword fighter was
every Fire Emblem character is a sword fighter though.
Well, Sephiroth was like, "Oh, we got another sword fighter. That's cool." But nobody like you can't be upset with Sephiroth, and like you can't be upset with Sora because they're more than just a sword fighter. Like yeah, sure, whatever, Keyblade wielder, whatever you want to call it. He's technically still a sword fighter, but he has nothing to do with like. There's like nothing in there that makes me think that he's your average sword fighter.
Yeah,
like he's got the slash, but I mean, how is that different than like? You know, how is that different than Piranha Plant's neck swing when he does his front?
The good old neck swing.
You know what I mean?
There was literally a video.
He was so floaty.
I saw a clip from
so floaty
from
it was great.
Kingdom Hearts, and it was what was it? Oh yeah, Sora goes up to Sephiroth, and then Sephiroth says, "That's an interesting looking sword you got there." And then Donald Duck says, "That's not a sword, it's a Keyblade." No, that's Mickey, but that's what Donald said.
That's a pretty interesting impression.
It's not a sword. It's not a sword. It's a Keyblade. So for everyone who says he's a sword fighter, he's a Keyblade fighter, and I think it's completely warranted. I mean, like it is.
Key wielders.
It was a good. Yeah, he deserves to be in Smash.
Keyblade wielder. I forget.
No, if he's got something with it, unless it's a spear. If it's got a stick or something on it, then he's a sword fighter. He's technically a sword fighter. Like, you can't call it anything else because you're still slashing with the side of the blade. If it was a spear like Bandana D, that's not a sword wielder. That's a spear wielder. That's a spear stabber.
It's a spear stabbing.
That's a spear stabber.
Yeah,
and he won the ballot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that the character's in, but he looks interesting, but I feel like his specials are a bit just... I don't know.
You think they're just not unique enough?
I think they're unique. I just don't really like them. I don't really know how to put... So you have his down B, which is a counter, which is honestly kind of a garbage counter. Because it doesn't work for behind you, and it reflects projectiles behind you, which isn't really useful.
Yeah.
Then you have, I guess it's a unique counter, but it's just kind of lame, you know?
Well, I think, and even if you do hit your counter, you don't even hit them; they just get knocked back, and then you have to hit them. So
no,
what? No.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
So
no,
what did I?
You're
I don't
just
remember that.
Wrong. He gets stunned.
Yeah,
they get stunned.
It's literally just an animation difference.
Yeah, it's like, how Ryu stuns. That's basically what happens.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
No, because it still does damage, right?
Yeah, it still does damage.
Yeah. It's just like it's just an animation difference, and then I don't know why Sakurai talked about it so much, but either way, his down B is kind of just bad counter. His up B is just, I don't like. Side B is good because that's like, game thing. Like, I'm sure it's all game thing, but side B I just feel is the best thing it could have been. And then the magic system, I guess it's cool, but like with it swapping around. But I don't know. System?
His neutral B.
Yeah, neutral B.
How it like swaps in between
you press
ones?
B, it starts with fire, then it goes to lightning, then it goes to blizzard.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah.
I think his whole moveset. You finish first, and then I'll go on. I'll say my
I think it's fine, but I don't know. It just kind of feels a bit empty. I don't know if that's the best way to describe how I feel about it, but
well, he is a really simple character.
That's
what
what
I think that's what they want, especially because technically he's a Disney character.
Well,
these kids that recognize Sora, it's gonna be like, oh, he's easy to use. It's like that's why I don't understand why Steve wasn't as easy.
I think it was that I was expecting a bit more, like instead of just 3 of like the magic he uses, like more of it, and then something I wanted with him, which I just thought would be cool, would be changing the trinket on the Keyblade, kind of like a Shulk Monado type thing, because that's part of the game. But I don't know. It's still a fine character. It's just I kind of was expecting and hoping for more out of it.
Fair enough.
I think his moveset is perfect. Like, I think there's no other... I don't think
Except he doesn't have a spike, I don't think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Besides him, it didn't look like he had a spike, which was really freaking sad to see. It's like, imagine
a character is so much more satisfying.
I think he would be... But he would be kind of like busted with his air mobility.
That's true.
That's what.
Like
yeah.
he controls.
I think he's gonna be so much
stage.
fun in the air, which is why I think I'm actually going to like play him a lot.
Yeah.
Like I think. Like I think his moveset is just so nice. Like it's perfect for kids to pick up and play. Like I know like the whole Minecraft thing. It's like everybody has played at Minecraft at some point probably, and it's like the kids who know Steve, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's sick. And it's a little bit harder
to catch on to Steve.
It's a little bit harder to get Steve, like everything that encapsulates Minecraft, into one character, but I think they did a great job at it. Like the whole mining thing, yes, it's complicated, but it's like, it can't be any other way. Like you can't have it any other way and still have it make so much sense. And still have a super fun character. Where Sora, it's like, you don't actually need all of the complicated stuff. Like you don't need a crazy gimmick. The gimmick is the neutral B, and that's not even like a hard to understand gimmick. Like down like freaking Hero, his gimmick is ridiculous. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to play him. He's so complicated. Like he's not that complicated, but it's like.
Do you think Hero has the most complicated gimmick?
No, it's not complicated. It's RNG. So it's kind of just.
Most?
Well, I think, like, okay, so for instance, like, each of the characters had their own thing. Like, Sephiroth, he had... What did Sephiroth have?
I don't really think he had a big gimmick.
He was pretty
I think he was
simple.
a pretty just base character.
Who? Oh, I was thinking of Min Min. Min Min had, like, had the arms, which was a cool gimmick, but, like, not a lot of people played as her.
Yeah.
Like, you got bored of the gimmick.
The idea was there sure.
Same with the, who else was it? Like, and then Power and Mithra, their gimmick was, swapping, which was cool.
Yeah, they got a cool little gimmick. Even though it's not really... It's less of a gimmick. It's just kind of...
Back to what you said, I think the only complicated gimmick type thing could be Shulk, because his Monado...
Like that is complicated, especially when
that's complicated. Olimar's gimmick is complicated. Like, imagine keeping track of all the Pikmin, and then you got like
knowing the Pikmin's attack power and what they're better used for.
And then back to Shulk again. There. Buster, like, there's one for knockback, there's one for damage, there's one for shielding, but then there's always something
they all have their downsides.
Yeah, they all have their downsides, which I don't even know completely yet because I don't really play a Shulk. If I play a Shulk, usually I don't even touch them in autos because I'm lame like that. But
anyway, the thing is, it's like I like Banjo and I liked Piranha Plant and I liked these super simple, cartoony, fun characters, like the ones that are more aerial, whatever, right? The ones with like less gimmicky, more like fun play styles. Those are the characters that I liked, and I think Sora is a great job at representing like the floaty Disney, fun to play. Anybody can pick it up. There's not really a gimmick too much, but there's enough there to say that it's Sora, right? Like the counters, like, you could probably anybody could have something better than a counter. Like King K. Rool, that was okay. Like his counter was like reflecting, and it was, you only get hit with the tummy. So that was his reflect.
But I think the biggest sadness about Sora is that there's no Goofy and Donald. Come on.
Oh, I know. That's I was. I guess I wasn't surprised.
I'm not surprised.
That there's no Disney character representation.
Yeah, there's no way Disney would like allow
except for the
that.
Keyblade.
I feel like
keychain.
and I feel like a lot of people say, like, oh, Sakurai couldn't get Donald and Goofy in, or they couldn't get Mickey Mouse in, which I feel like he probably could, but I don't actually think Sakurai would want.
I don't
Mickey
think
or anything
they.
in.
No, I don't think they could. Because even if you look at in the stage, you know, like Into the Heart or Heart Dive or whatever, you know how it shows the like character and then
The different
symbols
silhouettes
around them. Yeah. In Sora's, the original has Goofy and Donald, but they took that out in the Smash version.
Well, I don't think I don't think that's because he couldn't do it. I think it's because.
Okay,
like,
but why wouldn't he just want their silhouette on the thing? Like,
because he doesn't want to associate. He wants Sora from Kingdom Hearts as a video game character, and I don't think he wants any tie-in with
Any
the Disney movies at
any
all.
movie.
Yeah,
stuff.
but like
there's some people that probably haven't heard of Kingdom Hearts, but it's like if they see, like if some kid were to not see, like they were to, you know, let's say they don't know Kingdom Hearts, they don't know who Sora is or anything like that, and the kid was like, oh my gosh, there's Mickey Mouse there. What the heck? Why does he get to be in? Like, why is he in this? And this random guy from this random game called Kingdom Hearts is there. Like, yes, there's the Mickey Mouse ears on his Keyblade.
Why is Mickey Mouse in and not Finding Nemo?
Yeah, it's like freaking put Lilo and Stitch on
but
the
it's
board.
like it's not even a big. I'm not talking about the big characters like how there is Sora. I'm talking about the small circles.
Yeah, I know. Like I saw there's like
that's way too small of a thing to care about. I think it is legitimately Disney said they don't want the likeness.
I think it's either.
I think it's both.
I think I could understand the characters if you're saying that the characters were in that Sakurai wouldn't want them. But I think the small design in the background is too much to assume that it wasn't just Disney.
Like,
well, I mean, yeah, I agree. It's either Disney didn't want them, or Sakurai didn't want them. And honestly, I'll have to agree with Quenton. It's probably they both didn't want them. And I think if Sakurai puts any sort of Disney rep in there, it opens a whole door, opens an entire movie character door that I don't think they really want to enter for the next game. But I think getting the rights for Donald and Goofy in a video game would probably also cost Nintendo a lot more money, and I think Disney just wants to hold Donald and Goofy a little closer.
I think Sakurai probably spent like $1 million per render just to get that Mickey Mouse logo in the thing. Like the Mickey Mouse thing on the Keyblade. Like,
I wonder who's winning. Like, I wonder who's getting more money, Disney or Nintendo.
Disney was probably like, "Yo, I'll just buy Nintendo really quick, and then I have all the rights to everything." Like, Disney literally has enough money to probably buy out Nintendo and still be absolutely fine.
I don't think so. No, I don't think Disney has enough money. I mean, Nintendo has their own theme park.
Actually, yeah, maybe not.
Nintendo has their own theme park. Disney has their own theme park.
But Disney owns more than just the movie studio. Disney is like a huge overarching brand.
Yeah. I know it's more than just a theme park. It's a movie. They make video games too. There's a lot more to it. But Nintendo is also pretty up there.
No, but even outside of the Disney name, they own other companies.
Oh yeah, like Lucasfilms and Marvel.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Throwing all that together, even the outside of like movie industry ones, I feel like they probably are like one of the richest companies.
By far, 100%. Disney's,
yeah, so then
Disney's right by Apple, I think.
Buy off. They probably could buy Nintendo, though. I just don't think Nintendo would sell.
I would agree. I think they probably could.
Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo's
I just can't imagine that happening. You know how crappy Nintendo would be if Disney bought them? Holy fridge.
They're already too bad. We can't let it get worse.
Oh my gosh.
We can't let them get any worse.
That would be the worst thing ever. I mean, maybe or maybe not, but I think it would. Yeah.
Well, we don't need to think about that.
We don't need to go down.
We're not gonna worry about that.
Anyways, I'm pretty happy with how Sora came across. How I think obviously, I'm sure we each have our own character that we would want to see in front of Sora. But I know that I'm pretty sure Sora was on your top 5 list, right, Nathan?
Yeah, I threw him in. I wanted him. I thought he would be cool.
Who is your number 1?
Who did I throw in?
Quenton had Bandana D.
Well, that's who I wanted.
It may have been Tifa, because I wanted Tifa back when the Smash polls were out.
I know who Tifa is.
He knows who he.
I know who Tifa is.
Why? Oh yeah, because
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
I wanted
I
wanted like a brawling character, but better than Little Mac. Like instead of just punches, I wanted to add in something else.
Magic.
So Tifa, what?
Magic.
Yeah, Tifa added in with a bit of magic. I feel like that would have been a fun character.
Tifa, Bandana D, and Crash.
Tifa would actually be a nice character.
Yeah, like that's what
Tifa's
I'm saying.
actually Tifa's actually different than Cloud and Sephiroth.
Yeah, I wanted. That's why
she's way more different than Tifa.
Back when Cloud came in, I said that I feel like I would want Tifa more.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think she would have a.
More than Cloud or more than Sephiroth?
Well, I think Cloud is a given because
that was
Cloud
back
is like
in Smash
the main
4.
character, but
Cloud had to.
But Tifa's a good second.
But yeah,
Tifa's a good second.
He had to be, but even in Smash 4, I was saying that I would have preferred Tifa because I want like a brawling character who's more than just who's more than just punches.
Yeah, I think they're. Anyway, yeah, that's the.
Yeah. Is it a day 1 for us?
Well, we already have the fighter.
Despite us getting
we already have it. Yeah, I mean, so what was disappointing? What would you? I mean, I think we've already covered what was disappointing.
I don't really think you can. I don't think I can actually classify anything as being disappointing.
I think. Well, I think we all kind of agree that. Yeah, I guess not disappointing. Again, I don't think anything was disappointing. I feel like there was a few things which were underwhelming or just confusing. Like, we all agreed that the opening thing was kind of like, why though?
Yeah.
Because we don't understand why they were trophies. What's with the fire? What? Like, it was suspenseful, but I just didn't get it.
Yeah, and I also think, like, not something just interesting was like, all of the speculation. All of these like Smash Bros speculation things that we've all been on top of, like Doom Guy and all of these characters have been like a huge part of like speculation and like all that stuff. And did you guys hear about the one person that
the music
said,
leak?
Yeah, the music one that said Sora was going to be in October 5th?
Yeah, and it came out a couple months ago.
Yeah, and it came out a couple months ago. People said that, I work for Disney Music and
we wanted to license music
and we just licensed them out for a presentation on October 5th. Sora's the last character. And that was a pretty big leak for.
I don't know, but it's so it could be so random. I didn't even fall for that like at all.
It could be true, but that's like with the millions of predictions that are out there for characters. Like one of them is true.
Yeah, I just think it was interesting that like we actually like that leak was huge before the presentation.
Why, if it was
and we actually ended on a leak that sounded accurate. And it had a good story to it, too.
Yeah, like, it's a leak that could be legitimate, but there's just as much of a chance that it's just somebody making up the story.
Yeah.
That's what I honestly think. I think it was just pretty lucky.
I don't know. I think it was legit.
I don't know. There's so many people. You remember Rayman in the Ice?
Rayman in the...
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, I do. In the...
Well, that wasn't a leak. Right? That was just a speculation.
Wasn't that in Brawl or Smash 4?
No, that's in Smash. It was either in Smash 4. I think it's Ultimate, actually. I think was Smash 4, but people are saying it's still in Ultimate. They're like, look,
that's in the Ice Climber stage, right?
If you look at it's the Battlefield, I think. No, Battlefield.
Battlefield. Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I understand.
They're like, if you look close, you can see Rayman in the ice.
It was, yeah. It wasn't Ultimate.
Oh, I've never even heard of that. Rayman's in the ice.
It was a huge thing.
I thought you were talking about the artsy Omni leak in Smash 4 before Mewtwo came out.
Every time people were like, "Oh, there's Rayman in the ice, the next DLC character. One of them's got to be Rayman."
Yeah,
Rayman would be good in Smash.
Yeah,
well, Crash would be
fun.
too, but
Crash would be good. There's a lot of people.
Crash
who would be good in
and
Smash.
like Sora would. I think Sora's a great Smash character.
Yeah, as big as Sora was, so many of my friends were disappointed because they were just hoping for their own characters, so they just hated the direct. But I'm like,
well, that's one thing. It's like you can't be
disappointed.
You can't set yourself up for disappointment, or else you're just gonna like you can be you can be a little bit sad that your character didn't get in. You can't be disappointed if it's a really big character.
Yeah, my friend really wanted Tails, so he was.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would. I mean, yeah, that would be really good.
I kept telling him, I'm like, even if they are gonna add in another Sonic character, it probably won't be Tails.
It'd probably be Eggman before Tails.
Probably Shadow before that.
Shadow's too much like
close to Sonic.
He's got to be too close to Sonic. I think it's
guess as
Eggman,
a DLC character, yeah, you're right. Maybe
Eggman
Knuckles.
and then Knuckles and then Shadow and then Tails. That's how I think it would go. Shadow as an Echo fighter.
Yeah, I think Shadow would be added, like, let's say, for some reason, Sakurai goes, nah, I'm making a new Smash game. I think then Shadow would be added before anybody else, but as a DLC character, no.
I also think the Echoes were underutilized a little bit. Like, we had 6, and then after that, there was nothing. And they're so... I think they were... Yeah, he even said that they were so much easier to make.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was never, like, an announcement for a DLC character and an Echo which shared its slot. Like, I feel like that would have been a pretty cool DLC announcement. Just 2 characters in one, because it's an
That's
Echo.
why I thought Crash was going to be the last
Crash
one.
And Coco.
Because Crash and Coco, like, they're literally the same the same
That would have
thing.
been good. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Crash and Coco, Fridge. That would have been really cool.
Anyway, that's beyond the point, because Sora's in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sora now.
Like, imagine all of the characters, like, walking through a jungle and then just being destroyed by Crash.
Ooga
booga. Oh, yeah.
There's down.
Wumpa fruits. He's eating the apples.
Wumpa fruits. They're not apples. They're Wumpa fruits. Oh man, Crash, what are you doing over there? My laptop battery's dead. You gotta get one for me. I'm gonna get kidnapped by Cortex. The sweet nectar of awkwardness.
The sweet nectar of Wumpa fruits.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, is there anything else, or do you want to move on?
I think we're good to move on.
There's not really much. There's not really much else to move on to. I mean, I think it's going to be cut a little shorter today. But today, the day that we're recording this is October 4th or October 8th.
It's the 8th. Where'd you get the 4th?
I actually don't know where I got the 4th.
It's half of 8.
Yeah, because it's half of 8.
Half of 8.
So, of course, October 8th, a hype day for all Metroid fans. We got Metroid Dread. And if you're watching the video version, I got the 2 amiibos here with me. Got the amiibos today, this morning. I got some funny story today as well. And I would like to share the story. So today I was collecting these amiibos. I went as soon as the mall opened because I went to a GameStop in the mall. Not an EB Games. It's a GameStop now. Oh, yeah. The Emmy amiibo looks really good. Like, really good.
Did they change the sign on the GameStop yet?
They did.
Did they actually?
Yeah. It's a GameStop.
A lot of them have already changed. I'd say majority, like,
Most EB Games have changed to GameStop now.
Outside of, like, the ones near you, I've been to, like, 5, and I think only one of them didn't change.
I was going to say the location, but I won't. But, yeah, one of them, the second one closest to the mall hasn't changed yet. Anyways, doesn't matter. That's besides the point. But, yeah, I go in there today, and I'm in line. I see that there's one amiibo on the back shelf, okay? So I'm in line, and there's this thing, like these Pokemon cards came out today, a party pack or whatever came out today.
Wait, is that
so half the people...
Hello Kitty stuff as well?
No. Half the people went half of the people pre-ordered those boxes, and I was like, oh man, all these people getting Metroid Dread, but no, half of it was for Pokemon, half of it was for Metroid Dread, I'd say. And I see one dual pack of amiibos on the back shelf. And anyways, so I get in line and I see these people in front of me pick up them off the back shelf. And I'm like, shoot. I was so disappointed. It's like, I'm going to have to speed over to like Toys R Us with the other EB Games or GameStop. And anyway, so we're getting down the line. I think I was waiting for 15 minutes, and the employee that works there, she's like, did someone take the amiibos off the back shelf? And you could just see the guy's face kind of go red. It's like, oh, shoot, I wasn't supposed to do that. And she's like, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Like, that was first come, first serve. You can't do that. You can't pick them up off the shelf like that.
Did he give it back?
And he's like, well, I mean, I already picked it up. Do you want me to take it back? You want me to give it back? And they're like, no, you can't give it back now. You've already touched it. We can't put it back there anymore.
Wait, what? So I'm confused. It was on a back shelf.
Yeah, but it was reachable. You could reach it. It was at the mall, so there's a kiosk. You can literally reach over it.
Okay. Yeah, that's just... I feel like that's kind of obvious that you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So then what happened?
Oh, and they also had a bunch of Ridley amiibos there today.
Really?
Yeah, they restocked all the Smash Ridley amiibos. Anyways, so I go up there, and I wasn't going to get the game until I got the amiibos. I wanted it to be on the same purchase. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. I just thought that was funny because the guy got in so much trouble.
So then
how did he get in so much trouble?
Them?
So, how I got it.
How did he get in so much trouble, though?
I think he just meant that he got yelled at.
He got yelled at by
That's not in trouble.
That's not trouble.
Imagine he was like, get out of the store! Get out of the store! These are amiibos! I spit on you. But, like, yo, I genuinely felt bad for the guy. I'm like, oh, this is so awkward.
It's like in front of all of these people,
in front of all these people waiting for Metroid Dread. Anyways, I even got talking to the guy behind me in line. He's like, what are you here for? And I'm like, Pokemon or Metroid Dread.
You should have said your life and then stabbed him.
My existential dread.
Me and Russell were talking about what this podcast was going to be about, and he's like, we're going to talk about Metroid Dread. I'm like, yes, Dread. And he said, yeah, just generally. And I go, my favorite is the existential type.
Our favorite type of Dread. Anyways, point is, he had to get the amiibo. Because he touched him. He had to get the amiibo.
He was forced to buy them.
And, well, that was the point anyway. But what was really stupid is he literally grabbed it before, and he was like, I don't know, maybe I want these. And then he puts them back. And then he's like, you know what, I guess I'll take them. Picks it up again. Same with Ridley and the guy in front of him. He picks up the Ridley, he's like, But
he literally reached over and was like...
He literally reached over, he's like...
Like, I do the same thing when I go to stores. I'll, like... Occasionally, if I'm debating on buying something, I'll be like, maybe. And then
but like not
different if it's behind the counter.
Yeah, but like that's behind counter. Come on.
Come on, man. And anyways, eventually I went up there, and there was, first of all, there was a special edition steelbook that I could have grabbed, but I didn't grab it because I don't think $50, we've talked about this in a podcast, but I don't think an extra $50 is worth a book and 4 cards that I'm never going to read and a steelbook. Anyways, but yeah, I asked if they had any amiibos left. Thankfully, they did have amiibos left, and also the camera died. If you're watching the video version, the camera died, so we'll wrap it up soon. Anyways, enjoy Nathan's face. Anyways, maybe you want to show your iPad to the camera. Because we're on a call. Here, let's get.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, just hold it up till we end. Anyways.
Just have you.
Oh, this is good. Anyways, it might be a little delayed, but yeah. So I asked for the amiibos, and they were like, "You're lucky." And there was one behind the counter that was covered by all the other boxes and whatever. Anyways, I managed to get it, thankfully. All that to say, I haven't booted up the game yet. but I think it looks really cool. Oh, and I finished Metroid Samus Returns yesterday. Or this morning. I finished it this morning. And it was so good. If you haven't played Samus Returns, play it. On the 3DS. Anyways, yeah. Anything else, guys, or should we wrap it up?
I think we're good.
I guess the only other thing I could say, I want to bring this up before we start talking about Dread, but basically, I think there needs to be maybe not a presentation, but some sort of video posted on the Nintendo channel with Sakurai's retirement. Like,
oh yeah. Well, that's if he retires. We thought he was going to retire at the end of Brawl.
I thought this was his last one.
But I feel like this one, like I've never, for all the previous games, I never really felt like he was ending. This time I feel like he may actually stop.
Yeah. I think this might be the last one. Or maybe when they announce a new game, they'll say something about it. Where he's ending. I thought it kind of just ended a little abruptly if this was his last game.
I know. I thought like he was going, like even for the end of the game, I thought that he was going to have something where he's like, he talked briefly about how it's been like a good ride and like how, you could have started in middle school and graduated high school by now.
Yeah.
So it's
it was good.
Yeah, but I feel like, I thought he would like talk about it for a while if this was the end of his game and especially his retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like there might be another video, just him wrapping everything up.
Yeah, either one last video or I think if he does do it, I mean, since they haven't done it, I can't imagine them doing another. I can't imagine them adding more content to Ultimate.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a content thing.
I think it would be...
Or he would just be like a co on the next game. Just like a side thing.
Yeah, kind of like an executive producer.
Co-producer. Co-director.
Co-director, there we go. Anyways, yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We ended a little bit short today, but if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you follow this on podcast. If you're listening to it on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you haven't. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, thanks for listening. We will speak at you next time. Have an amazing day.
Goodbye.
See ya.